Hello everyone. Welcome to Friday nights with Hilly, and it's of course PRF1, and finally the season is starting, and we are back at Australia this week just because we didn't get enough of it last week, so we're gonna another go. Um, no, last week was just a practice for the first round of the season, so that's what we got tonight. It's a full quality 50% race as always in PRF1, so looking forward to this. Seeing the actual full-time drivers out on track together, seeing who's where, who's battling towards the front, who's battling in midfield, all that sort of thing. It's going to be close, but we should have, I think, looking at the drivers, I think we should have battles throughout the field. So I think that's a good thing. It shouldn't be a case of everybody together at the same point of the track, because that's I think that's problem laden this season or this year on 23. So I'm glad to say that, and hopefully the grid will sort of split into at least 3 sections, and there should be some good battling in each section. Hopefully, fingers crossed. So we're getting ready to go. I've just been sharing the link around in Discord. I just need to nip into PR1 because I put it in a new place in a Discord this year, so I just want to make sure people actually know where it is. Comms, there we go. Just doing that now. Perfect, and it's shared around the other leagues that I got permission to do so in, so that's good. So I can't do console advice. I thought you might have been doing it because you said you got home, so I thought you might have been doing it. I'm all alone. There's nobody here beside me. I'm all alone. Singing a sad song for you, Vice. Does that change your mind? Makes you say, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it for Hilly because he's singing sad songs. Sad songs, they say. Sad songs, they say. Great singing. Sad songs, they say. So much. So turn it on. Oh, turn it on. Turn on those sad songs. Anybody that just tuned in for the Formula One? It's just tuned out again. They got the wrong channel. So I started this a bit early, shouldn't I? I should have started this at 25 past, so we didn't have so long to wait. But we're getting there. It's 25 past now. Yeah, that's understandable, Vice, to be fair. So no worries. I'm a big boy. I'll get through it. So we're just waiting on 2 drivers. So in terms of championship for this season, we always expect Cameron to be up near the front, and from what I've seen of his pace, I don't think that's going to be any different. Spreader with the consistency and pace, to be fair, does usually end up there as well. Axel's shown some good pre-season pace, and Robin Davis not too bad, and then see what we did have Matt Daly last week, his debut last week, and he won and showed some very good pace. But Axel as well is another one whose time trial times are absolutely blistering. So if he can sort of bring that sort of form over to the races, I don't see any reason at all he couldn't challenge this season. For him, it is going to be, he's got the pace, it's consistency for Axel. He is prone to the odd spin here and there, so if we can cut that out, because ultimately having pace on this game, it's only one little part of it. It's well, it's a big part of it. To be fair, obviously, you do have to be quick if you're going to win things, but ultimately, it is only one part of it. Having consistency is just as important. So Shrek, another one as well. I think he's going to be up towards the front. So we already think Cammy's probably going to miss a couple of races. So there is a door slightly ajar there for everyone. So we know Spreader probably will win races, and he certainly will get plenty of podiums throughout the season. Clem's been very good in pre-season, you know, I have to say. I'm very impressed with Clem in pre-season. Driving well. Robbo, my fellow Janner. So, seems to be missing 2 at the moment. Just going to have a quick look at the Discord. Let's just go into the PRF1. We are still 2 drivers short. Oh, Vice, I've just seen Axel Reese's message to you. Yeah, this track is difficult, man. I get it. It depends which way you look at it. In terms of overall difficulty in tracks, it's definitely a difficult track of the season. If you ranked it in a sort of more difficult, or in difficulty of the street tracks, then it's probably not one of the most difficult street tracks. So, but it's nothing compared to Monaco, for example. But right, I think we've got another driver now. I think we're just wishing one more. So Scott was taking forever, as he normally does. Takes him long enough to complete a lap. So can't wait forever for him to get into the lorry now as well. Who else are we missing? So I'm pretty sure there's other reserves that are waiting for a seat. I hate it when people don't turn up. Unless somebody has told Spreader or something they're going to be a bit late to quali or something like that. Sometimes that's done. Oh, Brian. All good, thank you, man. How are you? My champion. Champione, champione, ole, ole, ole. I hope you did a bit of that, Brian. I hope you cheered. I hope you celebrated. Got the champers out. Oh no, you're another one who's still not old enough. No, are you old enough? You're 17, aren't you? Unless you've had a birthday. I'm always in the singing mood, Vice. I love singing. Just not very good at it. I do love the karaoke, mate. But go. It's more just to fill the time, mate. It's just not a whole lot to do, or you're just waiting for people to get into the lobby. It is now 8:30, so the shout out should be going out. Hang about and wait for someone. They should be on time. It's the same time every week, so there's no excuse for being late, let's be honest. See, Davis is our lobby host tonight. Thank you, Davis. All those connection status always look like that for me. They're always awesome. Awful. Where's the other people? I can see if I send. It's only one other person, Vice. We're only missing one night. I don't know who it is. I ain't got a clue. What I can tell you is there's only one McLaren. So whoever's missing, it is a McLaren. It's actually Spreader's teammate. Oh dear. It's not going to affect your championship, is it, Brian, if it goes against you? Yeah, all good, Axel. Thank you for asking and thank you for joining. So we're missing one driver, and whoever it is supposed to be in a McLaren. Apparently the person is coming. But you should be waiting for them. The new season. Good. Good man. You are now a defending champion. But obviously things got off to a bit of a dodgy start by the sounds of it. As so many leagues have actually, mate, with the new game, in all fairness. The racing has been so close and so tight that people are tripping over each other, is what I'm finding anyway, doing comms. Um, that's alright, mate. Yeah, no, it makes sense. So they don't feel it's harsh enough, the 5 seconds. So, okay, I see. Usually, well, unless it's changed since I left, mate, the penalties were always set out, weren't they? So we had the penalties set out so that it was the same all the time. But anyway, our second McLaren driver has now joined, and we can finally get going 3 minutes late. So, as pre-mentioned, it is full qualifying, 50% race at Australia. We had a practice run here last week for the last pre-season race. It was a bit of a nightmare, let's be honest about it. It's no good lying about it. It was a bit of a bad one, but they're practiced now, and I'm sure a lot of drivers wouldn't be putting the practice in for a pre-season race like they would for the actual championship. So hopefully tonight we get going good. My last stream that I did was on Tuesday with WAOF1, and they had an okay start to the season. They still had a few safety cars, but it was a pretty good race. Then I raced last night, and we were safety car free in our first race at Portimao. So let's hope we get the same here tonight. It can be a great track. Australia allows for plenty of racing. Thanks, Brian. Thanks for joining. And lovely to hear from you. So it looks like Axel's just changed his tyre to mediums. It's nice and dry at the moment. I don't think you've got any worries about rain in qualifying. You'll find out about the race later. So Haas out first, and it's Sergeant Kamarov. That's what he means to go on. He does love to be the first car out. He likes to get his telly time. Get sponsors on the old box. So let me just disconnect the Wi-Fi from my phone. Otherwise we will start lagging everywhere. Hello, Clem. Hi. Hi. Welcome to the new season, Clem, and nice to have you on grid this season. So hope you can take that pre-season form you've been showing into the season, buddy. You've been doing very well in pre-season. So I raced Cammy last night, and he's looking quick. I just want to say I raced him. I didn't see him. He was gone. He was gone at the start. I didn't see him. Fortunately, I had a nightmare quali. So, well, I didn't have a nightmare quali. I got into Q3, but I just I didn't get a proper lap in on the intermediates, and the rain just got worse and worse, so I just couldn't get anywhere near anyone in Q3. So he was at the front, and I was sort of, I think I started 8th, and he was just disappeared. So anyway, first lap of the evening, looked good there through turns 1, 2 and 3. Down to turn 4. Maybe a little wide. So it goes out quite wide there, but just about, I think he kept the left front just about inside the line. Competitive, hopefully the... Yeah, gets us nicely out of the way. There's the, is it Williams? I think it was a Williams, wasn't it? Got another car coming up onto the back of him now, and he gets out of the way for that one as well. Head through the chicane for the first proper time this evening. Look pretty competitive as well. Obviously, Cammy, certainly one of the drivers. He's going to be wanting to get through on the first attempt. He doesn't want to be using multiple sets of tyres in Q1, so very unlikely that he's absolutely pushing the limits here. He doesn't look like he is. Certainly in sector 3, he looks like he was pushing it a bit. Sectors 1 and 2. Sector 3, he's not really been pushing the track. So 1:18.0, yeah, he could definitely go a lot quicker than that. So, but that would be good enough to get him through. Axel 1:18.4 on the medium. Theo, there's a Ferrari on its way to the line. So that was Aaron, but he must have invalidated that one because it's not registered a time. Yeah, I know, Vice, but it was because I didn't get it. Basically, it started raining for Q3, and I messed up my first 2 attempts on intermediates. By the time I got in and got a new set and went out again, the rain had gotten too bad, so I just didn't get a proper time on the board at all. Theo 1:18.7 went into P3 there. Dark Mark heading for the line, P5 1:20.3. We'll have to improve that one, I'm sure. Aaron having a second attempt. So, at the final corner, still got to be a bit careful around there. It's a line 1:20.3, goes P5 for now, but again, I'm sure he will need to improve that. His teammate was also a 1:20.3, but just slightly slower than Aaron. He's got swerving there, or weaving, sorry, so presumably not on a lap. Let's get down to the business view then. So, final corner. Go to Matt Daly after this. We'll do the hilly hot lap with Matt Daly as he won the pre-season race here last week. Clem into P3 then on 1:18.7. That may well be good enough. Matt Daly. Oh, he's gone into the pits. Can't believe you got into the pits, Matt Daly. You just lost your chance of doing a hilly hot lap for the first race of the season. It's going to have to be Scott instead. If he pits, I'm having words. Here he comes out the final corner. Then just open up the steering so you can take the best speed you can onto the straight. Open the DRS and we head down to turns 1 and 2 and 3. So, oh no, it's wide. It's validated. Everybody else on an out lap. It's going to be one of them, innit? Trying to get one of these bloody laps on the board to show you the lap properly. Where is it? Ah, right there. Okay. Let's go. Right, Axel has gone into P3 on the mediums, 1:18.4, the same as Axel The other Axel. Oh god, here we go. Two Axels. So one of you change your name, for goodness sake. So selfish. So selfish of you to both have the same name. I just can't believe you. So, right, who was the outlappers? We got Atkins and Spriggs. Right, Atkins is going to cross the line first, so let's go with him. Here we go then. So across the line he comes. DRS will be over when we head down to turns 1, 2 and 3. It's a little bit too much curb on the inside, but it's not too bad. He's done quite well. He kept it nice and steady. DRS open again. Head down to turn 4. Late on the brakes here. And turn in. Not too bad at all. Sort of glide the car. I find is the best way around there. Glide the car around the left-hander. And then flat out through the right. Down to this one. Such an aggressive turn now. You've really got to attack it. And straighten up. Use loads of curb on the exit. Keep the car now to the right in quali. All the way around here. Another DRS zone. Remember, new DRS zone. And then you want to keep the car as far to the left as you can. And that car is nicely out of the way. A bit worried then. So, going to attack this chicane. You must attack that chicane. And the exit, the second part of the chicane, you can use almost the whole curb. And that is where the time is there. So nicely through the right-hander. And then this right-hander is a slight lift this season. And brake in late on the brakes. Be careful not to touch the grass on the outside. It can be quite easy to do that, and it will ruin your lap. And be careful on the power as well. There's still very low traction through there, and it's a 118.4 from Atkins. That's a nice lap from Atkins. Puts him into P4. Sorry, where's yeah, Robbo's just ahead. Robbo at the final corner. Ooh, 18.1. That puts Robbo into P2. That tells us there's plenty of improvement left in these laps. 117.8 from Shrek goes fastest. He's Matt, the one last week, but what about Dark Lord? He's a bit further ahead of his McLaren teammate for the evening, just ahead. That looks like he's well backed out of that lap actually, so back to Matt Daly we go then. Oh, Tom Daly's brother, is he? Just wondering, isn't Tom Daly's brother called Matt? It might be Matt. It might be, you know. Could be. I don't think the Daly's spelt right, but then it is a GT. It doesn't need to be, does it? In a way, 118.2 across the line goes P4. It does Matt. Nicely done. Go down to Spreader then, who's on his first lap of the evening. See with Spreader, look, keeping it right to the left hand side. Gains you just that little bit of time is. Oh, I think Fado's had a crash. He has. It's on the penultimate corner by the looks of it. His car's disappeared. He'd be just coming up to the yellow flags now, but they've disappeared now. But it is a definite crash on track because he's lower position wise than he should be at the time that he's done. And he was just behind us there on the left hand side, but in a way didn't affect Spread's lap time in the end, and across he comes. 118.3. That puts him P5, and I think that puts him through quite comfortably. Davis not on a lap. Is he coming over to start a lap? I think he is, yeah. So energy's beginning to go down. Does have one on the board, Davis, but it's a 118.7. Sees him in P12 and potentially in a bit of danger. Whereas a 118.2, so just half a second quicker, looks absolutely safe in P4 at the moment with Matt Daly. think I might be getting a code comms a little bit later on. I think Gooner might be jumping in, just do a bit of comms with me. Let's start P20 then, says Faith. So not in the moment, you're not, mate. Not at the moment. As it stands right this second, you'd be starting P15. Obviously, it's still over 5.5 minutes, so that's a change. Davis looking better. Oh, oh, that was a commentator's curse. That was a... I've cursed the Scouser. Sorry, Davis. I'm sorry. Operator was... Oh no, he's just improved, hasn't he? Yeah, he's gone 6 tenths faster and up to P15, so that's pushed Rachel into the 16th place. Still lots going on. Aaron not looking like he's enjoying life at the moment out there. That's right, nope, 6 tenths down. Dre still hasn't registered a time and he's invalidated this one as well. So, there are a little way for those guys to go yet until they get onto a lap. No, mate. Turns 1, 2 and 3, Australia, and turn 4 for that. Well, in fact, the whole of sets of 1 and part of sets of 2. P20 might not be the worst place to be. Avoid it all, let everybody else have any accidents that happen and just take the places off them. I would say your race almost, if you just be careful the first lap, your race almost starts on lap 2 once everything's settled down. Dre having another go then, so let's stick with him. Yeah, it's full quali, Brian. So at the moment, we're losing Fatal, Aaron, Franz, Dark Lord, and Dre. And it's so tight in here, mate. There's all of those drivers, 16 and below, are capable of making Q2, so there could be some changes yet. Fatal won't get the opportunity, but the others will, and I'm sure there'll be some changes. So Dre then seems like a bit heavier a lift than you should really need to do through the right-hander. I guess at the moment it's still important for him to get a time on the board at this point. He's going to have time to get back round and pit, so... That's a 118.4 actually, so he's done alright there. But he definitely had time in that right-hander. There's a real, quite a heavy lift. Should be a very light lift, it would do. Davis is going for another lap. Just see how these guys are getting on. So this is Franz, and no, he's way out of it on that lap. So Dark Lord today, you're struggling to get one on the board properly at the moment. Clem with tyres. Setting P12, so hopefully that's not overconfidence from Clem. I think it'll be alright, but a bit iffy, you know. Dark Mark just starting a lap, so we'll go to him. You would certainly expect Dark Mark to be jumping up the order. That's what I mean with Clem's retirement there. You've got Dark Mark who's likely to jump up the order. You'd think that Davis would as well at some point. Aaron and Dark Lord we know are very much capable of getting right up the order, so it could be a bit optimistic that from Clem. We shall have to see. 1.5 minutes left now. Right, Mark just coming towards the end of sector 2. Oh no, he's 8 tenths down. His energy's not going down, so either he's forgot to turn his energy on for that lap, and so, or he's just doing an extra out lap. And he's improving. He's a 10th up. It's a lot more than that, unless, of course, I'd see him making that up, unless that he had some sort of problem in sector 3 on his actual lap. So it looks like he might have done actually, yeah, 118.2. That'll put him through easy. So that's P5 for Aaron. Then drops to 13th. Davis back out there. Back on a lap. Davis is doing through sector 2 then. Slightly down. Again, unless he's had some sort of major mistake in the final sector on his previous lap. Or a tiny little mistake on the power there. A little bit of oversteer, and it's wouldn't have cost him much, half a tenth maybe. He is going to head for the line, so not entering the pits. Has he found anything? Oh, he does, 35 thousandths. It's enough to put him ahead of Clem. And now Theo is improving. Theo is a 10th and a half up through sector 2. Clem is in trouble. I think somebody else has jumped up that I've missed there. Somebody else has... Well, they must have done, because Clem's now P15. And Theo could knock Clem out here. I think he's going to. 118.3, improves by over 3.5 tenths, and Clem is out. Oh, Clemmy boy. Devastation in the AlphaTauri garage for that one. So, well, that is the end of qualifying. Nobody is left out on track. So we're just waiting for the McLaren that appears to be fully pushed into the garage to actually be fully pushed into the garage. There it is. Robbo giving a cheering message for Scott in the Discord. But look at this. Scott is through P14. Atkins as well. Well done, Atkins. But I've got to say, a really well done to Theo. Left it late there, but it would have been some pressure on that final lap. But that's a really good lap from Theo to get himself through, and it's pushed Clem out. Start the session would have probably been almost a dead cert to get through. But look at it, 8.5 tenths between first and 16th. 8.5 tenths covers the top 16 drivers. And that's the incidents. And let's hope not fatal. But you're not starting last anyway. You're not starting P20, are you? You stay. Was it P18? I'm not sure. I can't remember now. But you weren't P20 anyway. So P19 was it? Ooh, it's not P20 though, is it? So there we go. Well done, Fatal. So is it going to be Kamarov out first again? I reckon it is. It is a Haas. Where is he? It has to be. It has to be a Haas because it has to be Kamarov because we lost the other Haas in Q1. So he's all getting the TV time, isn't he? We've got an Aston Martin chasing him. Look, he said, "Oi, I want some TV time." it's not Axel Reese. Aston Martin. Who's the other? That must be, yeah, it must be Matt Daly. Who's favourite for pole? I would say that Kamarov is probably favourite. Who we're on board with it, or on board with now. But certainly Axel. Well, and Axel. He's both Axels. Shrek and Master Spread will certainly feel like they can have something to say about that. Even Matt Daly as well, perhaps. I'm going to say he won the pre-season race last week. I can't remember where he qualified. Something in the back of my mind saying either 4th or 5th last week. So his race pace was brilliant. So yeah, but yeah, I think pre-quali favourite has to be Sergeant Kamarov. Nice returns 1, 2, and 3. That, I think Red Bull gets out of the way. Oh, Theo! Theo's retired from the session. He's crashed out the final corner on his outlap. Oh, Theo, after doing so well to get through to Q2, you've had a mare. You've had a stonker. Stinker. Oh, invalidation from Sergeant Cameron. Got a little bit out of sorts going into the chicane, and it's just made him a bit unbalanced, and that has ruined the lap. Let's go to... Oh, where's he gone? I can't find him, mate. Matt Daly, there he is. He was next on a lap. Opens up the DRS, heads to the line, and 118.7 for Matt Daly. This underway. Who else we got then? Here comes Dark Mark. 119.1. Somebody else crossed the line, Aaron, 119.1. Scott was invalidated. Russell is fine. Come on. Out that, would you believe it? Invalidation. There we go. Atkins. Really well to get through Q1. He is he's definitely capable, Atkins, of a Q3. Got a few surprises in. I saw him have a very good qualifying race at Silverstone. Well, last week, in fact. In a 100% race. Well, there you go. He goes fastest for now at 118.5. He's a very capable driver, is Atkins. There's Matt Daly. I assume coming into the pits. Yeah, he is, because his time's well down. Loads of invalidations going on, guys, at the moment. Here is Scott. Can he continue the heroics? As Kamarov, on his second attempt, gets a lap in. And 118.0. That may be good enough. I'm not sure. 119.2 then from Scott. The race I did comms here on Monday for basically the whole top 10 was in the 117s, but no, Dad, it's in a league that's a bit stupidly quick sort of thing. So 117.7 from Axel Reese. Shrek then. Well, pole position on Monday, in fact, when I did the comms here was 116. Trying to remember exactly. I think it was 16. Yeah, it was 116.991. I can remember the exact time because I had to write it down for something. I can't remember what for, but I had to write it down for someone. So I can remember writing it. It's 116.991. is exceptionally fast. Doesn't look like Scott's on a lap there, and I assume Davis, Cammy's out of fuel. That is a man who does not expect to invalidate his first attempt. Completely out of fuel. Into the pits then for Davis. Robbo's come out on an out lap. Axel, is he having a go? I think he is, you know. Hi users. That's my favourite wee Scotsman. Ah, now see that from Axel. Really attacked the exit of the chicane. So plenty of curve, and that's where there's plenty of time by doing that. You'll gain. And you could argue that he's a fast enough driver not to need to do that in Q2, but it's good to get the eye in regardless. Here he comes, 117.4 for Axel. Good time. Into Robbo then, who's just started his latest attempts. See the differences there, so Robbo way wide, staying away from that curb. I don't blame him. I don't blame anybody that stays away from that curb. We're so used to it on the F1 games being a bit of a death curb that it's kind of written in our DNA now to avoid that curb. So it's hard to start telling yourself to hit it. But Robbo goes into P5 just ahead of Red Bull teammate Davis. So both Red Bulls in the top 10 at the moment. Master Spread is on an out lap, as is Spriggs, who we haven't seen yet actually, so let's go to Spriggs. He's another man actually, Brian, I didn't mention in the potential pole position or potential championship contender, but he definitely is. Had the most ridiculous amount of second places last season. I think he had 5 in a row, second places. Never won a race. Came second. 5 in a row, but I think it was 7 or 8 in total. So comes in. Take that now. Really allow yourself to open up steering. You should be using almost the whole curb on the exit. It will allow you. Spreads through here then. Touches the curb, but it's not the way. You've really got to throw the car over it to get the best time. If anybody out there doesn't really understand what I mean by really throwing your car over it and how much curb you can use, watch on YouTube, watch Bushant's fast lap, hot lap guide thingy that he does on YouTube. Bushant's, Bushantz. Give that a watch. Half a second up here in that daily. 6 attempts now through sector 2. He's going towards the very low 118s at least. Where this lap will already be putting him. He should be going P7. just whether he could find some more in the final sector to get ahead of the likes of Spreader and Kamarov. He has, you know, 1:17.6 from that day. That's a big improvement. Goes up to P2. And I'm just wondering if Kamarov's done what Clem did in Q1 and retired out too early here. Like, my honest thoughts are that he's probably okay, but there's nothing massively fast about a 1:18.0, so I don't know. I just think he's a little bit quick to have retired. Let's go down to this one. He's about to start hot lap. So PB at the moment of 1:19.2. Went fast in that course in Q1, so I forgot to say today, but don't forget, a lot of drivers start of Q2 with the first laps in Q2 do a run on the U set from Q1. And naturally would then gain a lot of time on the fresh set when they go onto them. And it's got 10th up through sets of 1. It's a little bit shaky, but he's not been too bad. Obviously a very, very short sector 2 here. It has gained just over a 10th in sector 2. Does attack the curve very nicely indeed. Keeps it nice and stable. Nicely through the right hander. Yeah, not much of a lift. Gets it nice and steady on the throttle through the right hander. It's a little bit wide maybe on the left, penultimate corner, but good through the final corner. How competitive is this? It should be competitive. 1:18.5. Oh, it puts him P11. Just 7 thousandths off his teammate Atkins. So close for Scott there to get into the top 10. Okay, there's still some more drivers to do laps yet. Theo is out. Dre is out. I hadn't noticed that one before. Sorry about that. Dre is out. I don't know if that's a yellow flag. We just went for, no, he was... No, sorry. He was down at the fast right-hander going on to the penultimate corner. I hadn't noticed it, then it just happened. So that's 2 of the drivers to be eliminated. I didn't really see the split there. I think he was up. So, since mentioning about Kamarov, nobody has gone ahead of him yet. So, Aaron goes into P11. Unbelievably, he splits the 2 Williams, who were only 7 thousandths of a second apart themselves. Oh. Aaron, you should not be doing that. That looks very deliberate. Hopefully it wasn't, but it looked very deliberate on screen. Looks like Scott's going to have another go. Dark Mark is having another go. Mark over the line, improves by 1/4 of a second. It's not good enough to get through, which is a bit of a shock. Expect Dark Mark into Q3. He's not going to make it, and everybody is safe now inside the top 10, so Atkins does get through. Scott, I thought was going for another lap, but actually he hadn't made the line, so I think he was just finishing by doing that instead. Robbo improves, it goes P6. This is into the pits, so safe in a way. So Axel, Matt Daly, Axel Reese, Spriggs, Shrek, Robbo, Sergeant Kamarov, Master Spread, Davis and Atkins are all through safely in the top 10. We lose Aaron, Scott, Dartmark, Theo and Dre at the end of Q2. But Scott, P12, well done mate. Well done buddy. Good quality for you man. No Brian. Oh wow, says Uzos and yeah, bushy ants. Oh, sorry, Gunnar. I've only just seen your message. I shall indeed invite you. Hang on, where are you? Can't invite you if you're not online, mate. Oh, no, you're HRF1. Oh, where are you? Right, Gunnar, what are you up to? I can't even find you on the offline ones. I can't find you on the offline or the online. Right, let's just get out of that. Quickly go into instance. There's the incidents. So, yeah, I think Aaron will definitely have some explaining to do to the stewards after that one. You're in lobby, yeah, but I can't invite you from the lobby. I must have just been missing your name. I don't know. Let's try again. There you are. Just appeared out of nowhere. You definitely weren't there before, I swear. There you go. I invited you. Where are you? Come on. Get in. Back time. Right, Darlo leaves the session. Right. It's not a Haas out first, so somebody else has gotten out for the TV lights. It's Atkins. The Williams. Hello, Gunnar. Have you included your audio, mate? Tick the box.
Yep.
Excellent. Good
Good
job.
evening, good evening, everyone watching.
And a good evening to you, Gunnar. How are you?
Yeah, good mate. Yeah, I just watched the end of Q2. That was an exciting one, wasn't it? A bit close.
Yeah, it's been very tight so far, and I think this is going to be a tight pole position one as well.
Yeah, looks that way, mate.
Yeah, I think that there's a good 5 drivers on track at least going for pole here. It could be 6 or 7 actually, looking at the names on the list, but and there's always that possible that one more might even surprise you as well. So
yeah, yeah, definitely some close times in that Q2, so it's going to be a close one.
Yeah. As for times, as I say, the pole position here on Monday in the race I commentated was 1:16.9. I'm not expecting us to be hitting that tonight. I'm expecting the low 17, I suspect. A 71, 72, something like that. Still very good.
Yeah, I'd say, what was the pole time? What was the Q2 time?
The fastest was 17.4, wasn't it?
17.4, yeah, I think you're going to see a 17 flat, or 17.1 maybe.
Yeah, I think so. With
I think Kamarov was on the scrub set on Q2 anyway, so...
Yeah, he might have been. I'm not sure, but he invalidated his first attempt, so... but then still carried on those tyres. So they definitely wouldn't have been at their best, even if they were a brand new set, they wouldn't have been at their absolute best.
Yeah. Just on board with him now, he's just coming up to the end of Sector 1.
So I'm just with Atkins at the moment in the Williams, as he was first out.
Camera off 26.9 in the first sector.
Oh. It's not too bad. It looks a little bit tame, this from Atkins. I think he's more interested in getting on the board this time. But it's not bad actually. It's 118.6 from Atkins, so it's not that tame. Let's go to camera off then. Spriggs 118.2. 17.7 Shrek. Spreader 117.8.
This looks like a decent banker from camera off.
Here comes Kami 117.4.
Yeah.
So that's similar to the lap time we saw in Q2. I think it was Axel, wasn't it? Was fastest. Here's Robbo out the final corner. Brian just said no, that he's glad to. He says he's glad you found a league you enjoy. Well, actually, Brian, he's only just joined this league today.
Yeah, because I can't commit to Wednesdays, can I now? So
that's right. Yeah. So, but yeah, you've got some leagues anyway you enjoy racing in, haven't you? So,
yeah, I've got a few leagues I'm in, so yeah, I'm happy.
Reese here. Axel, who was fastest in Q2, has invalidated his first attempt of Q3. Axel Reese. I said in comms right at the start, I said they got to change it. One of them's got to change the name. It's so selfish to have the same name. I just, you know, what to think now. I don't think either of the names actually Axel. So, you know.
Yeah, he's 26.8 in the first sector he's just done.
Which Axel? What the?
Axel Reese, he's just come through. Just come into sector 3 now.
Yeah, just come through sets 2. He's down into the final few corners. It's right-hander now. Just a very slight lift now, isn't it? This right-hander. Don't touch the brakes. Just lift slightly off the throttle. And still tricky around that final corner, isn't it? The traction still, even with the new handling, it's still a little bit slippery around there. And 17.6 then from Axel Reese, he goes P2.
17.0, what
wow.
a nice lap.
Okay, on a second attempt on those tyres, so if he'd have nailed that first time, he might have actually nipped into the 16s.
Yeah.
So I wasn't expecting, I'll be honest, I wasn't expecting that fast tonight.
He's had a mega first sector there, 26.7.
Yeah. User says, Gunnar loves a league on a Tuesday. I wonder what league he's on about.
Yeah, boy. Kind of got to give up my seat actually, but I'm back on the reserve list now waiting.
Yeah, you did yourself out of seat, didn't you? So,
yeah, because I couldn't commit to it, but then obviously I had a few personal reasons, so I'm available again now. So, but it is what it is. I'll still reserve when I can.
That's it. Just make sure you get your name down and
yeah,
hope
I've got
the
my full
wheel is
time
on
on
your
first
favour
day,
until
so
yeah. Just hope your name's the wheel is in your favour until a full-time seat comes up.
yeah.
Wheel.
Right, so is that everyone done their first runs in, is it?
They have, yeah. We just wait for him to come out for a second go, second and final go. Is there any tracks along the season where you can get free runs in Q3?
Austria, Brazil.
Yeah. Monaco, maybe?
I'm not sure. Maybe Canada, because the pit lane.
That's small, isn't it? Yeah.
It's quite a short pit lane in it, Canada. So
Yeah.
I think it's Austria, Brazil, and Canada. Yeah.
Yeah. I think you're probably right. Monaco's similar on lap time though to Canada, isn't it? So it might be. It's just the pit lane's a bit. Plus, if you've got to slow down for other drivers, you've got to really get out of the way, sort of thing.
Yeah, and what you've got to think of now, the lap times are a lot quicker on this game as well. So there's probably every chance. There's probably a few more tracks you might get time for free runs. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. So,
I suppose it's all trial and error and working it out, isn't it?
definitely. Definitely, definitely nay Belgium, says Oozers.
Fatal says Austria, Brazil, Canada, and Mexico.
Mexico. Yeah, because Mexico's quite a short pit stop as well, isn't it? So, but it's, no, I don't. It does take a little while actually for him to push you in Mexico. I noticed that.
Yeah.
Don't know why, but no, he might be right though on Mexico. It's about a 1 minute 15, isn't it? In quali, is it
Yeah,
1:15,
yeah, I think it's a
1:60? I
bit
can't
quicker
remember
actually
now.
on this game, isn't it?
Yeah, it might well be. I don't know. I've not actually raced there yet, so I haven't really done a proper TT either.
So Davison out on track.
Yeah, him now. See where he can go.
We'll see if he can improve on a 19.0.
Should do. And obviously he went faster than that to get into Q3. So, but again, he may have used the scrub set. So
Yeah.
every chance. I'd certainly say, personally, I must admit, thank you very much, Dark Mark, you legend. Thank you. I must admit, this is definitely a track I would like to have a set of softs available for the race. I wouldn't want to be going into this without a fresh set available.
Yeah, so many fast corners on the track. You gain so much time with a fresh set of tyres.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
if you've got a late safety car, you'd be quid's head with a fresh set of softs.
Definitely. The only problem can be getting past people. Even if you are a lot faster, it can still be quite difficult here. But although I say that, the back straight now, but especially even more so now because it's got DRS on it. But it was a really good overtaking opportunity last year, but just,
I can't believe it's all DRS zones.
Yeah.
But David's just started his lap now then.
Owen, did I just see somebody Owen J leave the session? Is that you, Oozers? Oozers up to? Why did it come up Owen J instead of Oozers? Like Davis then, just coming up to the end of sector 1. Yeah, nice. A couple of attempts up. Nice through the right-hander as well. Use the curb on exit. Keeping the car nicely to the right. DRS tokens here. Didn't hear the beep, obviously. And there's the
Shrek's next one on.
And
Shrek just coming to the end of sector 1 now. 2 temps up.
Nice, so he's following Davis in that. Although obviously a lot faster than Davis already. I didn't see Davis's sector 2 time actually, so
Atkins just come to sector 1. Atkins is 2 temps up.
Davis across the line, 118.1, only losing to P8.
Shrek still 2 temps up, just coming into sector 3 now. Atkins 3.5 temps up.
Shrek just coming up penultimate corner, and that's that's probably the best line we've seen today through the penultimate corner.
Oh no, spreads invalidated.
Yeah, he's not quite going to make the line either. And Shrek goes P2, 117.3. And who else did we have? Yeah, he's not made the line. Spriggs.
Camera off, come around. He was just inside the delta.
1,000th of a second up.
Is it going to be enough?
Across the line, improves in the end, just over a 10th. He goes P2.
Axel Reese just coming into the last couple of corners now. He's just over 2 temps up.
So he needs just a bit more. Well, he needs another 10th to be honest to displace Shrek.
If he's had a nice run through it, he might have enough.
Across the line, 171.
Just
goes
missed
P2.
out.
It's improved by half a second.
Nice lap. He found a bit of time in that sector 3 there, hasn't he?
He's had a lot in sector 3. That's a outstanding
Robbo's
final sector.
Robbo just coming to the line. I think this is going to be an improvement.
Guns, yeah. Well,
Just
he
improved.
lost some time in sector 3, but does still improve a bit. Stays P6
And
though,
that is
and
it.
I think that's it. Shrek and Axel are coming in, so Axel's going to cross the line for us, make it a bit quicker. But so it's going to be it's Axel, and this makes it even worse. Don't crash, Axel! For Christ's sake, it will put you down to P10. See, do it.
You do not want to be doing that when you just got yourself pole position, do
Look
you?
at it. He almost threw away a pole position just to silly spin.
Oh, there's an all-axle front row. That's quality. That's a
An all
good lap
Axel
from him
front
now.
row. I mean,
2 good laps.
yeah.
Axel respawned a lot of time through that last sequence
I
of
mean,
corners.
if you're gonna have two drivers have the same name, they could at least be nice about it and be one fast and one slow, so that we're opposite ends of grids. You know,
Yeah,
rather than being 1 and 2. I mean, come on, lads. 22 thousandths separate them. Just
yeah, that was an
rude.
insane lap there from them. That was, yeah, GG.
Yeah, very nice. So it's pole then for Axel, the Swedish one. Axel Reese is P2. I don't know what he is. He's just got the world map on there. Sergeant Kamarov P3, Shrek P4, and Matt Daly 5. Robbo in 6, Spreader 7, Davis in 8, and Atkins and Spriggs are on the 5th row of the grid. Just quickly, 3 invalidated laps in the instance, so nothing to look at there. Excellent. That is the end of qualifying. It's like the double James in WAO. Thankfully, James ONG is slow. You don't seem to be watching tonight, User, so you might get away with that. Pop up in a minute, it's been...
Oh, Senna.
Oh dear, don't be calling him that. He was only in the doghouse for 1 day. He's supposed to be out of it today. Must be alright today. Right, we take 5 minutes usually. So, Gooner, you know me, you know I'm going to go and make a coffee. So,
Yeah, I'm gonna go make a coffee quick now, actually.
fair enough. Alright, so we'll be back in a few minutes, guys, just before the race. See you in a moment. Okay. Coffee is not overrated. That is literally the worst thing you have ever said in your life, Oozers. That is... Wow. Coffee is the most drunk drink in the world. So clearly it's you and your taste buds that are weird, not the drink. And you can stand by it if you want. I stand by the fact that your taste buds are weird. At least say that you like tea, please. Water. I like water as well. If I'm not drinking coffee, I drink water. So, you know,
Right, I'm back.
don't think you're wrong. Oozers is dissing coffee on the stream.
It honks of piss.
I don't. Yeah.
I don't drink vodka. I drink lattes.
I
Like an
don't.
old latte.
Yeah. Oh, he likes tea. That's alright. I don't mind if he likes tea. That's not so bad. But yeah. I'm slightly worried that he's been making his coffee wrong, putting the wrong ingredients in. Or is definitely more.
Yeah, Ryan knows. That's what we used to get from Costa, latte with a dash of caramel syrup in it. A double shot. Oh,
Wow, I
so
don't
good.
bother with all that stuff. I am a. I say I don't bother with all that stuff. I've literally got a coffee maker and I've got Colombian coffee. but
Colombian, that's the strong
yeah,
stuff.
it is. Yeah, but I do like. I like that. But I've got my Nescafe as well, which is what I've just made. So. Well, I'm so disappointed.
Checking the settings, safety car nuts on.
Safety car should be off. Yeah, it is off. All the lights are
Safety
on.
car.
Oh, sorry, safety car. Yeah, sort of formation lap I meant. Away we go. And Kamarov looked like he got off the line pretty well. He's on the outside. He may be able to attack Axel Reese here. He does indeed and gets ahead. So he's up to P2. Just trying to look further down. Everything looks okay at the moment. Oh, there is a yellow flag I think's appeared.
That was the failed crashed.
Oh, it's a full safety car. Yeah. Goodness me.
I can't see exactly where he is. I don't know if he was in the racing line or not, but
Yeah, on that I didn't see him, so I can only go by the little rank disc on the track map.
yeah.
It looked like
I'm gonna
was
have to
right in the
leave.
middle.
I'm gonna have to leave and rejoin because I've got no volume.
Oh, okay. No worries. I'll send you another invite. Okay. Sorry, Gunnar, I've just I just realised
You removed me from the party.
Yeah.
I'm joining the game now. That's right. I'm back in. Hopefully it's still working
That's
now.
right. You might need to include your audio again, buddy.
I think I have done it. Yeah. Ozers, can you hear me?
No good asking him. You probably turn around and say, "Who's that?" Yeah, you can hear you.
Sweet.
Vice says yes, we can. See, Vice is a very helpful young man. Whereas Oozers, well,
Is that the one that normally does comms with you, is it?
he is. Yeah, he can't do it tonight because he's just got back from holiday and his family wanted to go to bed.
Okay.
They only slept 2 hours last night or something. So
Okay, fair enough.
fair enough. But yeah, he's usually with me. He's a very good little commentator. User says loud and clear. So I don't think anybody's pitted on this safety car. So everybody else seems to have gotten around. Started the race okay.
Yes, volume right, we're back in, we're all good.
Excellent. Sometimes it'll work if you just pause and unpause that, but you probably tried.
Yeah, I did try that and then it didn't work, so.
Yeah. Just thinking, I don't think we'll get going, will we? It would have said by now if we are going to get going. It's they won't have caught the safety car until the start of this lap, and it's got to complete one full lap, hasn't it? So off the circuit.
Yeah.
So we'll stay out this lap, and should
Looking
come in
back
the end
at
of lap 3.
four people on the softs.
Ooh, since we've been doing this formation lap off thing, I keep forgetting to look at the tyres.
There's only 2 people on hards. You've got Matt Daly P4 on the hards, Davis P9 on the hards, rest are on mediums, and 4 soft runners. So little mix up on the grid.
Yeah, they could come into this later on then. That could be really useful for them.
Yeah, this safety car is probably going to allow the soft runners maybe to be less, a couple more laps maybe.
Yeah, just to make that one stop a little bit easier. I don't think there's any idea of a 2-stop around here. I think it's too slow compared to the 1-stop. So, you know, unless safety cars permit it, obviously. But on your normal race strategy, I don't think anybody would be doing that.
Yeah, there's always a safety car in Australia. I wouldn't bet against another one as well, to be honest with you. It's just that sort of track, innit?
Yeah. Well, it appears at the moment, opposed to F1-22, where the safety car limit was 5 safety cars, it appears that it's free on 23.
Yeah, but they seem to be coming out with a lot of sillier incidents, don't they?
They come out quickly. I don't know. I think the vast majority of the time I've seen one come out, it's been because the car has ended up.
Why couldn't they just get the setting from 22 and put it on 23? Do you know what I mean? And just have it like that, how it was on 22, because the reduced setting on 22 was perfect, wasn't it?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it would bring a safety car out if it was a retirement. You know, and they weren't too, you know, unless they were far enough off track, then it wouldn't.
Yeah, it only normally come out if it was on the right, like crashed on the racing line or blocking something. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and it would also come out if there was multiple incidents on track as well. Even if one want a retirement, it would come out.
Yeah.
But that's real. That's what they would do. They'd throw a safety car out in real life, or at least a VSC, I suppose.
Yeah. But, or a red flag with a multi-part car pile up.
Yeah.
Safety cars in this lap anyway.
Or because one of the drivers has fallen asleep on the line.
What if he? And he's gone, he's off.
Off they go then. And it looks like Sonny, is that all he's got to run here? Not quite, I don't think he's going to have to back up. Oh my word, his teammate behind him, Matt Daly, missed the braking and nearly went straight into him. He actually did well to avoid it. But he's lost some places and he's going to get hounded all the way down to turn 4 here. Yeah, Matt Daly drops all the way down to P10 after that mistake, but fair play to him, he did do really, really well to avoid the contacts ahead of him. Thank goodness that's always turned in when he did. So, perhaps just caught out a little bit because he's on the hards. Perhaps his tyres are a little bit colder than expected. Davis here. And Scott.
Bricks up 3 positions, he had a good little run through there.
Yeah, he's up to P7. As we've got it's Davis and Scott there. It looks like Davis has held him off for the moment. Scott obviously on the softs. Dark Mark behind them as well. As Fated Advance has just joined the session again. And just having a look here. There's lots and lots of battles going on further down the field. Clement has just gone side by side with Aaron, and he's going to pick up an extra place on his teammate as well because Dartmark ran off the track, and he's now vulnerable to the Ferrari of Aaron, but I think he's going to run out of time out for the move. So yeah, Dartmark folds back in P13 in the end.
Axel's really trying to gap camera off here.
12 and 13. Let's go to the top runners because it looks like Everything's still tight, isn't it?
He's used a bit more of his battery. He was trying to gap him.
Yeah.
Nearly up to a second.
Problem with doing it that way, of course, is it just means the driver behind you's got loads of battery over you, which means they could just get you back
And he'll
easily.
just pick the slipstream up down the straight anyway, won't he?
Yeah, it's not really ideal, I don't think, to do it that way, but it's hard not to know what else to do, though, on this game, because it is important.
I find is sometimes you just got to use your ERS for a couple of laps, make sure you're in the DRS, and then you can just like not use it. But
yeah, as long
it
as
all
it's
depends
a
where you
track
are
where
on
you
the
can
grid.
gain a little bit back, isn't it? It's fine. As we got a virtual safety car, that is operator.
That's a Haas.
At the, it's to be on the entry to the chicane rather than the exit, which is unusual. Let's click the wall as he's gone across to the right to take the chicane.
Lost his front wing, so it's going to be a pit stop.
I reckon that's what it is then. I reckon he's gone too far to the right and hit the wall.
Yeah,
Either that or he's hit a driver in front of him. That's the only other thing I could think. Scott was in, so he was a soft tyre driver. Is he going to serve the whole
Switching
thing?
over to the hards.
Is it hards? Yeah, you're right. So he's presumably looking to go to the end. And
hopefully this VSC can stay out for operator to get a new wing.
Yeah.
Looks like it's going to.
Oh, he's going to softs for some reason. It's well, it could work out quite nicely that for Scott, having done the whole pit stop under the VSC.
Yeah.
That's where you got to be careful now when the safety car's coming in. Oh, there you go. Drive through for Axel.
Oh no.
He was approaching the chicane.
No.
Oh, you know what it's like. The Delta would have just disappeared on him as he approached the corner.
So unlucky.
Yeah. It's it's a pain in the bum. It really is. But
Spriggs up to P6.
Yeah. Looks like he's made the move on
Nice little move there on the Red Bull.
Yeah. Looks like it was around the outside, I think. I'm not sure. So yeah, gets ahead of Robbo nicely, and he's straight away on the back of Spreader as Axel decides to serve it immediately. I can't blame him. The nature of this track, a safety car that could happen any moment, so you want to get that drive through out of the way. You don't want to still have it. If
not worth risking, is it? The DS disqualification.
So he served it in a way, and he exits. Still in traffic, actually. He's P15. So
looking, the Dark Lord is quite close to Axel Brennan.
Yeah, and Axel is going to be on Theo as something's happened at the front.
Axel,
oh, they're free of breath going towards
camera
the chicane.
offloaded 2 positions and the supposed to 1 straight.
Yeah, and they were side by side, all of them going into the chicane, but it's Axel Reese who comes out on top, but Shrek is looking fast and feisty at the moment.
Camera off for chilling though, not even using his battery at all.
That's the chicane, and it's an Alpha Tauri, I think. Yeah, start mark. So, yeah, I'm not sure how that's happened unless it was a side-by-side going into the corner. But, anyway, back to the front runners. Shrek, so close to Axel. Reese. I think that's something I need to try and get used to.
He's got a good run down. He's got a good run down to turn 3, is it?
Ah, no, safety car. He's going to have to give it back. Didn't have it done before the safety car.
And what's that for? Was that off?
What Simon that was. It looks like
it's
Axel.
for Axel. He's lost his wing.
It's a safety car, Axel, so just follow it around. Just have to pit next time. Help start Mark out, who had to come in for a wing as well, by the looks of it.
But at least he's going to be on the leading lap and with the whole field, so...
I think that's the main thing. We're getting the safety cars out nice and early, and it's... everybody's on the lead lap still. It's going to allow operator to get back up to the back as well.
Yeah. Just wondering if these other 2 soft runners are going to come in and pit and maybe chuck the hards on.
I was going to say, yeah, surely the soft guys pit, but what about the medium guy? I think if I was on mediums and I was one of the guys from Clem down on the mediums, I think I'd pit to the hards. But if you're in the top sort of 6 or 7 there, you don't really want to give up the track position, I guess.
No, yeah, you don't know what they're going to do behind you, do they, until you get to till they get there.
That's it. I think personally here, if I was E10 or below, I'd be pitting to the hard tyre to go to the end.
Yeah, hard, yeah.
Well, the front runners are as well.
You might see a couple of people chuck the mediums on and maybe switch to a two-stop, maybe.
They might do. Some of the front runners chose to pit. Only 3 stayed out. Shrek, Kamarov and Spriggs have stayed out. Clem stayed out and has taken some track position up to P6. And Theo stayed out, actually, up to P8. So
Axel's leading runner on the fresh tyre. I think the top 6 have made a mistake there.
Potentially, yeah. I didn't expect that many of the front.
They're going to be so slow, they're not going to be able to get away from them.
Yeah,
they're going to need another safety car, I think.
Might be able to because of their pace advantage, but
I think Axel, Spread and Robbo, if there was to be no more safety cars, I think they're nailed on for a 1, 2, 3, surely. Because they're not going to have to stop again.
No, exactly. No, it's definitely an advantage to those guys as it is right now. But as we see so often at this track, I would say that another safety car is probably still odds on at the moment. So
just the second one now, isn't it? And then two VSCs and 2 safety cars.
Yeah. Is it 2 VSCs or 1?
I'm pretty sure it's 2 VSCs. There's one for Fatal, then we had a safety car for Fatal, a VSC for Operator.
Yeah.
Safety car now, that's 2.
Yeah. I think, yeah.
But it might just be the 1.
Yeah, I think it's 1 VSC, 2 safety cars, but the VSCs don't sort of count towards anything anyway, it's the full ones that do, so as I say, it seems to be, I'll probably get proved wrong tonight, but it seems to be that the limit this season is 3 safety cars, whereas it's 5 on 22, so I'll probably get proved wrong and we'll get 4 or 5 tonight.
Yeah, I'd like to see that actually. Because what would happen if you had a massive crash and you say you've already got 3 safety cars and then you have a massive crash? What are they going to do? Like, I suppose it'd have to be a red flag, wouldn't it?
Well, the thing is, we were here last week for the pre-season and we had the 3 safety cars and there was 2 more retirements where the driver was on track when he bounced off the walls. So
right.
And I was
just
convinced
checked
the
the
safety car
red
was
flags
going
are
to
actually off, so...
Ah, okay. Yeah, because they're still glitched, aren't they? So they need to be switched off at the moment. Yeah, so... But yeah, once it had reached the limit, if I remember rightly, I don't think it even brought out a virtual safety car, let alone a full safety car. Aaron gets 5 seconds severe collision with Dre. After time, those are such annoying
AI
tiny
killed
little
me.
things.
Unlucky Fatal, mate.
Lucky Theodore. Safety car in this lap. He will resume racing lap 11. That means 19 laps remaining. Which the Hards can do relatively easily. I don't think... They may be a little bit slow towards the end, but they're not going to be going over the cliff or anything. So...
It's going to be interesting to see, though, this top 6 coming back through. If there's no more safety cars, it'll be interesting to see what tyres they go to.
Yeah.
And how they get back through the field on fresh tyres. Because like you say, them hard will be slow at the end.
Absolutely.
And this is a fast track, so there's a lot of grip available on a fresh set around here.
I wonder if the medium starters can even look to switch to a one stop to the softs. Instead of the
Streck's bolted.
Yeah, away we go.
Spriggs has got a run on Cammy here.
Cammy's used some energy to hold him off, and he'll come piling round Turns 1, 2, and 3 again. There was a pitter actually at the end there. Aaron's pitted. Oh, Theo's
Oh
out.
no, we've lost another one. Lost Theo. Is that going to be another safety car?
Well,
Oh,
it's
it is
got
another
to be.
safety car.
It's got to be. There's no way.
It is.
Yeah. If that hadn't have brought out a safety car, I'd have been absolutely gobsmacked.
I'm just going to start on board with this Ferrari, Ali, see how... Oh, it's clear he's already gone for the track. Is he?
Yeah, the crash car is. They disappear really fast this year.
Oh, yeah.
It's literally, sometimes a yellow flag comes up and I look down and there's nothing there and I'm like, what's happened? Somebody definitely retired, it's already cleared. It's so fast. Yeah, still got to do us well Delta there, Aaron. Moment. Well, I get to test my theory anyway. So, go by my theory.
That's it now, we're on 3 now, so...
now.
Any more safety cars in your theory out the window?
That's it. Gonna have them. Just get them out of the way at the start. Oh, good night.
Oh,
Nice.
do any of the leaders pit now? No. They've all stayed out again. Oh, well, Davis just pitted.
Yeah,
he's pitted off the, coming off the hards though. What's he going to put on?
Mediums, I would assume. He should be able to make the end of the race on a set of mediums. So...
It's 18 laps, I'll say by the time the safety car comes in, 16 laps. It's doable.
Yeah, very much doable. Again, they'll probably be a bit slow at the end of the race, but nothing sort of drastic or anything.
What's happened to Clem? Oh no, Axel Reese has got overtaken in the air. So Axel's in P5 now on a fresh set of hards.
Yeah.
So he's looking good here.
Great. He's looking great. If I'm right and there can't be any more safety cars, the top 4 have made massive mistakes here.
Yeah, you got Spreads, Robbo, Atkins, and the Merc. Also on 3-lap old hards.
Yeah. I have tried to find out if the free safety car thing's right. I'm only going by what I've seen recently on comms, but I haven't had any luck in actually finding out if it's right or not, so there's nothing on the actual option that tells you about the amount of safety cars, so
yeah,
it just tells you that they come out easier or less easy or whatever.
Well, I don't really want to see another safety car, but it would be good to actually see if one does come out, just to see if that's true or not.
Yeah.
But we'll see.
Of course, if we go all the way to the end of the race and no incidents happen, we still don't know. We're still none the wiser.
Yeah, so. Exactly.
Yeah, I think tiredness has caught up with Vice. He's having to go
to
bed.
Night, Vice. The Dark Lord's AI is the one that killed me. It torpedoed me.
Well, please tell me you've taken what am I trying to say?
Clip.
A clip, yeah. Please tell me you've clipped it, Fatal. So you shouldn't be in AI at all. Just having a little look through the drivers to make sure everybody is with us and nobody's ghosting. And it looks like everybody is. So we should get going the end of this lap. Everybody's already caught up, so... Well, they've had their opportunities to pit. I think they've made mistakes now. I think they've stayed out too long.
Yeah.
Especially the medium guys. I really don't understand why the 3 medium runners haven't pitted.
Yeah, I mean, this safety car, all the safety cars doing now is just helping these hard runners even more.
Yeah.
What they've done, they pitted, they boxed their 4 laps on the safety car, and they've raced, what, two racing laps, if that?
Yeah, exactly, not even that. The very quick crash happens, it's... Yeah, that's it.
So they're still pretty much fresh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just can't see them...
There's no way they've... Well,
I can't see the top four making up a pit stop.
So
I can't see them catching them, to be fair. They're going to need another safety car.
that's it. So, haven't clipped it, and Dark Lord was AI because he DC'd. Oh, I see. When is Shrek gonna go? They've had some practice at this already, and off he goes. Karov reacts pretty quickly to it. At the moment, Spriggs does have a little run, but never going to get close enough.
Spriggs looks like he's got a nice bit of straight line speed on that.
Yeah, he does.
Slightly lower downforce, I think he's running for sure.
Oh, look at the Astons. Axel Reese at the inside of Matt Daly. Do they really need to be battling like that?
He didn't really defend that much, I don't think, but...
No. Yeah, maybe that was
they're
more
both
of a
through, so that's the main thing.
Lost the axles on a 8-lap younger tyres.
Yeah.
And Matt Daly would have to pit still, so... Yeah, I mean, the more we go into this, the more Axel Reese is looking... just a massive favourite at the moment. He's got 2 drivers between him and Spreader. So...
Oh, he's got so much more grip available to him at the moment.
Yeah, here's Spreader on the outside here of Clem. As it going to the right-hander and sets her free, and he's got that done. Can brake quite a bit later than Clem could on the 13-lap old mediums. And I mean, I assume that 13 laps is probably what the mediums were supposed to be doing in the first place.
What's that? So the Dark Lord
got a crash. It's Dre.
Yeah, on the last corner. No, it was a Mercedes and a Ferrari, I believe.
Yeah, into the pits. Well, Dark Lord's in, Aaron is in, Dre carries on.
Wing change for the Ferrari.
I wonder if Dre got tagged then, and that's why he hasn't got the damage to have to pit. So, might have been. Anyway, let's get back to the front where Axel Reese is pushing Spriggs now, but Spriggs is still pretty close to Kamarov, so of course he's gonna, when it activates again, he's gonna have the DRS, making it not so easy to get past.
Shrek actually broken out of the DRS.
Yeah, he's pulling away nicely as Shrek, but
he
has used his energy to do it. It looks like it's disappeared already. I'm not sure.
That was the McLaren and the Ferrari, I think, coming out of the pit lane.
I think it might have been. Yeah, I think the McLaren might have had a little moment coming out and the Ferrari's gone past. Well, so far, obviously we had the moment at the start then, which looks like it was incredibly unlucky for Fatal, but other than that, seems to have been...
So we got DRS down enabled. Spreads really needs to get a move on and get past Matt this lap, ideally, if he wants to have a chance to stay with them, with Axel.
Yeah, so Matt's fallen out of the DRS to his teammate.
I think Davey's going to be a sitting duck up this straight now from Spread.
Surely he will. He might, in fact. I wouldn't be that surprised if Robbo got through as well. It's a powerful old straight, this one. For Robbo, it might be a bit tight.
Atkins on Clem. Atkins has got a nice run on Clem here as well, coming up the straight. Yeah, he's got him well before the DRS is even open.
Inside. As DRS is open. Oh no, Matt's gotten away from Spreader before the DRS activated, so might have a go down towards the right hander.
Spreader's not used. He's using his battery now. Here he comes now.
Yeah,
here he goes now.
To the outside. Same as what we saw him do earlier.
Defends it, but there's not much really he can do. That grip advantage.
No. Ultimately, the grip gets Spreader through. Oh, he runs a bit wide on the right hander, but he's going to have the inside on the left. He's going to have to settle back in behind that little. Just ran a little bit wide on the right hander, but he's going to get another. Oh no, he's got DRS.
That will be job done. He'll have DRS. down the
Nobody
straight
had
as well.
DRS open.
Spreader did. He's got it now. Look,
Did he?
it's a double detection point. Yeah,
His wing's not open.
it's open now.
Is it?
Just shut. Yeah,
I think something might be going wrong for me because that was not open on my screen.
100% he had DRS open. Yeah,
Okay.
down the pit straight and then the second straight. 'Cause it's a double detection point in it before the last corner.
Operator picks up a pen. So top 3. I think Axel Reese is being sensible here. He doesn't need to get involved, does he?
These front three are really fighting now. Cameron's used all of his battery.
The problem here is obviously Axel Reese doesn't need to get involved because these guys have all got a pit, but
this is going to help spread up. This is going to bring spread right back into it now.
Spreader will know if he can get back within the 1 second before those front 3 pit. He's got a chance.
Yeah.
I think the front 3 are going to hold this out and go to softs because they probably don't realise about the safety cars with the free limit, if I'm right on that.
Axel just sent it down the side of Spriggs then.
He did. Made it quite easily. Made the corner easy enough, so...
Is he going to have a camera off as well? No, he's a bit too far back.
Enough, yeah.
But he has got a lot more battery, so I think he's going to have a go at camera off up this straight. He might have seen his red light flashing before.
He's done well. He's stuck one car in between him and Spread. So he didn't have to do this, but the fact that Spread was
Cammy's got a bad exit. This should be a sitting duck now, I think.
Sitting duck, yeah.
Yeah, he's flashing.
Flashing away, which is just gonna...
Oh, he's got so much more fight. He's got DRS in there.
Yeah, well, they both got DRS, but it actually sounded a little bit like Axel just lifted slightly. Don't think he wanted to be risking it into the chicane.
Yeah, he dumped a lot of his battery though on that straight, so I'm surprised he'd... I think Cameron was picking a slipstream up as well, wasn't he? Of
yeah.
Shrek.
Cammy's in. And Spriggs as well. So that will release Spreader. So Shrek...
Keep an eye on Cammy and see what he goes to.
He takes... So those guys are effectively trying to undercut Shrek here.
Camera off to the softs.
Yeah, and Spriggs.
Spriggs to the softs.
And we got a virtual safety car.
Now, is that going to stay out long enough for Shrek?
Yeah.
Well, Shrek potentially the tops... Oh, yeah.
They've got a long way to go.
Top 9,
so
really.
I don't think it's going to be out I don't think it's going to be out by the time they get back to the pits. They've got a long way to go.
They do stay out long on this game, though.
Yeah, I think they might be asking a bit much, though.
Camera off and Spriggs would have gained a little bit there, wouldn't they, as well?
Yeah, it's certainly in their battle against Shrek. It's going to help him against them.
They would have gained at least a 4 or 5 seconds, I would have thought.
You would have thought so, yeah. So Kamarov is coming up to the chicane. They're going through the chicane now, and the leader, so Shrek, was going through the fast right-hander in sector 3.
Drive through.
Franz gets a drive through as we restart.
It was close to letting them to be able to pit, wasn't it?
Yeah,
stayed up for a whole lap.
There. Almost got there. He didn't fall for it though.
Clem does pit. Keep
Yeah.
an eye on what it goes to. It's probably going to be a soft side of fault.
I'm not really sure what Shrek's waiting for. I don't really know why he's staying out. He should have.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. I guess he would. Ian know that he's already lost the undercut battle, so maybe he's thinking he's got to stay out.
Get the fresher tyres at the end.
But yeah, and that, yeah. But I just don't think people.
Just going to keep an eye on Kamarov and Spriggs now coming through the field. So they've got an 8-second gap to the car ahead, so he's got plenty of clear there.
They have. I've only just realised Spriggs is ahead of Kamarov.
Oh, what happened there then?
I don't know. I don't know how that's happened, but yeah, Spriggs is ahead of Kamarov, so Kamarov's got DRS here though. He's going to be on the back of him.
Rapid down the straight there.
Here he goes.
Dumping his battery, he's going to have a go in now, I think. Here he comes.
Yeah. Oh, Spriggs is allowed in the inside for the corner.
I don't want to fight too much though, because he won't help it at the end.
I think that's why Spriggs was happy to give him the inside, because I don't think he particularly wants to battle it. He knows
Shrek in.
Soft
for Shrek.
It's a quick stop. They're just coming out the final corner. Surely they're going to get ahead of him. They're going to be ahead. That's with part of their stop under safety.
Shrek, is he going to be in clean air?
There he is.
Yeah, he's in clean air. So he's going to have an advantage over them two in front of him.
Yeah, a couple of laps advantage. So
watch out for Shrek at the end of the race there.
They're still giving a massive chance here to Axel Reese. He's got a 2.6 second over spreader. Robbo as well is another beneficiary. He's up into P3. Atkins, Axel, who looked down and out after picking up that drive through, is now up to P5 and right on the back.
Here comes Spriggs on camera off. Oh, he's lifted again. You didn't use his battery then either.
No, don't think he wants to. In a way, though, he knows he's got that battery advantage, maybe to take that position a bit later in the race. And at the moment, it's much more beneficial for them not to battle over that one spot.
Yeah, what they need to do, they need to sort of work together in a way and not let Shrek into their DRS spot.
That's it.
I can't see that because the delta's coming down and down corner by corner there, so see them softs already to take.
Over the next 2-3 laps, their softs are going to hit the graining before his, so he's suddenly going to be a lot faster, I'd have thought.
Yeah.
So you'd fancy him getting into their DRS.
Yeah, look, he's just taking a 10.5 out of him in turn 1, so he's got so much more grip already.
Yeah, it's happening. But, we are with Axel. He's going for the move on Atkins, and it's round through the inside. And he pretty much had that done before the DRS. He's now got DRS and is catching onto the back of Robbo, but don't quite have enough room. But Robbo outside the DRS and master spread, so he's going to be vulnerable, and his light is flashing away as well. Oh, not there, Axel. No, Axel, that's a dive bomb, mate. You can't do that. Luckily, no damage done or anything like that. And
look at Matt Daly. He's really, really slow and struggling. He's on 21 lap hold hards. Surely he's got to be pitting this lap.
He's still waiting for a safety car.
So Shrek, just 2 temps at the DRS now. He's got that gap down.
Yeah.
Used a bit more of his battery than the 2 ahead of him.
Yeah, Spriggs did take the position. We got a yellow flag and we got a retirement. Be careful. Oh no, they've got plenty of time yet. But
is that going to be?
It's out of the chicane. He's in the middle of the track.
I want to see. I'm just on board with the McLaren now.
I am as well. Yeah, he's still there. Be careful. Oh, he is to the side of the track, but I still think that would have brought out a safety car. But it's not even a VSC. That's definite.
Good. Didn't even bring out a VSC.
No.
Okay.
And when you put them together, we've had 3 safety cars and 2 VSCs. Which would make 5. I don't know. No, I'm sticking with my initial theory that it's only 3 full safety cars.
Yeah, we've had 3 of them. I think that should have bought one. Saying that he weren't on the track though then, was he?
He wasn't on the track, so VSC might have been enough for that one, but I don't know, the way the game brings them out, I still think it would have brought out a full, honestly, on that one. But
so Shrek is into the DRS now of Spriggs. Cammy's going to have a run on Mark here.
Cammy on Mark.
Just run out of straight.
So Cammy's got back ahead of Spriggs. So because Spriggs did actually get back past Cammy at one point,
Yep.
but now Cammy's back past him, and he's on the outside here of Dartmark. Still with you, Cammy. Plenty of room left by both drivers. Nice little overtake, and that might just give Cammy the opportunity to get away a little bit. Oh, I think Davis makes a mistake in the fast right-hander, and that allows Cameron through.
So Cammy's got 2 cars between them now.
Place. So yeah, he's suddenly
Here comes
got 2
Spriggs
cars in front between them.
Spriggs and Shrek.
He's got a car ahead of him.
Oh, they've crashed! They've crashed!
Massive
crash on the straight. No way! That's got to be a safety car.
Safety car.
That has to be a safety car.
But it won't. And look, Clem's just tried to drive past him.
How is that not a safety car?
That's what I mean. See, I told you, it's free limit. I'm sure of it. It's either that or it's a 5 limit and virtual safety cars count now. But
how's that not a safety car though? You know what I mean? He's on the straight.
It shouldn't matter about a limit, should it? That should be 100% safety car. It's
Oh,
a massive crash
he
between
was
Spriggs
having a
and
great
Dartmark.
race then. Unlucky Spriggs.
Massive crash.
So camera off. Camera off's 2.2 seconds now off P5.
So Shrek has a cross the grass moment. Bit of lawnmowing. And
Daily
Cameron
finally pits for a fresh set of stuffs.
So Matt Daly got out of Cameron's way, so that's why Cameron's up to sip. He's going to have a fast last few laps. You'd fancy Matt Daly taking the fastest lap today, anyway.
24 laps on hard, so that's a good stint, that is.
It is, yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's just on a postcard as to why he's done it, but yeah.
Axel's just overtaken spread.
Yeah, he's just gotten ahead of spread in the big DRS zone down the back straight. Leading up to the chicane, but Axel Reese at the moment has pulled 3.3 seconds now. But you've got to give it to Axel. What a fight back from that earlier. Really unlucky drive-through penalty he picked up at the end of the first VSC. Things, I think, almost the first time in this race actually calming down a little bit.
Camera off, just getting into the DRS now. So he's closed that gap rapidly. Shrek hasn't quite made the same progress, but
this is how close we are. Even the back two, they're not far off being lapped, but they're battling away like their life depends on it. For P14 here, it's
Dark Lord's got to run on them now.
Here we go, Start Lord Rennie
and
outside.
he says, "Thank you very much," and we'll take that position. So the Ferrari crashed onto the last corner.
P14 and P15 giving us, there is a Ferrari.
He's had a spin.
Yeah, he's spun coming out the penultimate corner and trying to get on the power, I'd imagine. Easy to do there.
Here comes Cammy, P5.
Against Atkins, and he's got the inside again. And it's easy pickings.
You see how quick he can close his gap up then. He's got
Robbo,
10 lap younger and 2 compound softer tyres.
Yeah. That said, though,
and
they're 7 laps old. They're going to be 8 laps old very, very shortly, which is pretty far into a soft stint, isn't it? Even for later in the race. So
theoretically, these hards are only...
They can't be that much worse
14
than the
laps.
I wouldn't have thought. Yeah, exactly. How many laps?
They've had 2 safety cars on these hard tyres, so...
Yeah, and a VSC, so... They're nowhere near as worn as they are, but Kamarov, with the tyre advantage at the moment, I would say probably not as much as it seems, looking at the numbers there on the left-hand side, but...
That yellow flag, that's McLaren.
It's Kamarov's pace as well, and that is Dark Lord.
Dark Lord crashed.
He's lost his wing.
No! Oh.
He's ghosted, thank goodness. Now he's solidified. He's back to being solid
and that's
now.
moving the VSC. Wing everywhere on the track.
Now he's ghosted again. Yeah. Well, somebody could easily... Well, if the settings were correct, somebody could easily blow a tyre on that.
Kamarov's just taken 1.2 seconds else, Robbo. And we're not even at the end of the lap yet.
He's absolutely flying. He's got about 2.5 laps-ish to get the Red Bull. And if he gets the Red Bull, you'd think he's going to have
potentially got a chance
for
the podium, yeah.
So, yeah. Many penalties
His only
today,
problem here now
see.
is the DRS. They're just going to keep gapping on the DRS, aren't they?
Yeah. Well, Aaron's in as well. Although, I'm guessing after the incident start, Lord maybe thought, well, Pitt and Ab go fastest lap, maybe. Yeah, I suspect so. Unless they did have an incident together, I don't know. At the moment, Axel Reese is looking great. Axel is obviously our pole position man by a few tenths, but Axel Reese, plenty enough pace to hold him off at the moment.
Camera off nearly into the DRS.
Very close. Every corner, every time they take a corner, his tyres get slightly worse compared to the hards.
Yeah, the only thing he's got in his favour as well, actually, he's got 30% battery. Robbo and Spread are both
2%.
under 10%.
Yeah. So it's two ways.
Can he get into the DRS?
They're coming up to start the last lap.
And he's into it on the last lap with 30% battery, so he's going to have a chance here.
So he's got a chance.
Maybe at least a P4. You can see the red light flashing ahead.
Oh, Shrek is battling with Atkins. Atkins has held him off, but Shrek's going to get DRS again all the way down to turn 4. Goes to the outside. Doesn't look like he's going to get that one right, but he will have the inside of turn 5, of course. And, oh, yeah, Atkins just runs a little bit wide in the Williams. And in fact, picks up 3 seconds for his troubles there.
And here comes Cameron dumping his whole battery now.
Can he gain that extra
I think
spot?
this is going to be an easy move for him. Around the outside.
To the chicane.
And he's through.
He is through.
Will he get the run on Spread?
He's going to have DRS.
No, he's too far back.
See the light flash of it. His light's flashing now as well. And in fact, Robbo has a little look at him. 4 lights flashing in a row there. But it looks like then it's going to be Axel Reese to take the first victory of the season in Australia, and he's been very good for it. He's driven absolutely brilliantly. But there's the biggest story of the day, I think. There is clearly the drivers making the right strategy call. That's what's got them all a podium at the end. And Axel's fight back to P2 is absolutely brilliant. Fair play to him.
All drivers who only get penalties as well. That's good driving there.
Yeah. Yeah, not many penalties at all today.
Such a hard track for track limits.
It is. So, it's a victory for Axel Reese then. Axel in P2. Master Spread in P3. Kamarov P4. Robbo 5. Shrek 6. Atkins 7. Scott 8. Davis 9. Matt Daly in 10. Clem 11. Dre 12. Franz Piper in 13. Aaron 14. Dark Lord will come across in 15. Whew. I'll tell you what, we might have had 3 safety cars and a couple of virtual safety cars, but that was hectic.
That was a good race, yeah.
It was.
Yeah, it was a good race, I enjoyed that.
Game just did that stupid DNF thing to Shrek. It's alright though, they'll have the standings. Put them in the right place. So the game gives driver of the day to Scott. I'll have a little look at that in a minute. I'm inclined immediately to look to Axel, I think. But
yeah, Axel
for his fight back.
Axel or Spread, I'd say.
I think both Axels have got to be in with a shout, and Spreader in with a shout as well.
Spreader had a good race, I think, to get that P3, considering he invalidated his last run in qualifying. So he would have been expecting to start that low on the grid. Went off P8, I think he started. Or P7.
Yeah, he did what Spreader does and just kept it consistent all the way through and didn't pick up any penalties. and made the strategy choice at the right time. So there's the podium anyway. That's enough of that. Let's just have a quick look
Yeah,
because there's
spread on
other
P7
drivers
he
there as
started, yeah.
well. Scott P12 to P7, which for Scott, in all without sounding offensive to him, but for Scott that is absolutely brilliant. So actually, I am
Yeah,
tempted
it's a
to
good
give the
drive.
driver a day to Scott.
Clem
So
P16, he's finished 10th.
he's had a good one, but had a penalty, so can't get driver a day. But yeah, shout out for Clem for that, for making up those places. Dre as well. Franz Piper from last to 12th. Yeah, just hard lines for those guys that decided to stay out. Just quickly scroll through the incidents. Now, I'm not going to be able to get one of these podium sitters in because they're PC. I didn't quite get to the bottom of the incidents, but I got the vast majority. All right, mate. Yeah, well, thank you very much for coming and joining me, Gunnar. You're more than welcome to do it any time, mate. Just give me a message. It's been good having you. Yeah, well, Vice would usually be in, but yeah, if there's room, you're more than welcome. So yeah, all right, then, mate. Well, thank you very much. I'll get the boys and have a quick interview with them. See you soon. That as well, yeah. See you later, mate. So, spreader, Axel Reese. How am I going to get Axel in? I can't get Axel in.
Oh, hello.
Right, hello. Axel Reese, are you there as well?
I am indeed.
You are. Have you both tick the box to include your audios?
I
Yeah.
am.
Excellent. Axel, unfortunately, he's on PC, so I don't think I can get him in, but he's in the chat there, so just to say a massive well done to Axel. Superb P2 in the end. Fight back after picking up what was a rather unfair drive-through penalty on the safety car restarts, or virtual safety car restart. But to you guys, Spreader, I'll come to you first. P3 today. Really good race, mate. You invalidated your final lap, I think it was, in qualifying. So you started a little bit further down than you'd probably expect to, but you've done what you do, mate. You've been consistent. You got your strategy right. You know, take us through it anyway, mate.
Yeah, qualifying was do you know, I'm quite a bit slower on this game than where I was last time. It's like the time difference between me and Jack hasn't changed so much, but it tends to be like now there's another three cars that are filling that gap. So
Yeah.
it's just knocked me down a little bit. So I mean, I think like top five is probably where I am on this game. Not really challenging for Paul, but it is what it is. You just got to make the best of your race, and yeah, it's just this track's horrible. So it's just about keeping it pointing in a straight line, let the others battle and fight around you, trying to stick in a slipstream, save the RS, and you just got to be smart and pick your moves. Like with
Yeah.
Axel, I didn't even fight him, it was pointless, but when letting it, I knew that Robbo was quicker than me behind, so I knew I had to, and I was running low on the RS, so I had to do something to try and keep Robbo at bay, and I decided to try and hold on to Axel was probably the best solution, then settle for the P3. So I knew Cammy was coming behind on fast tyres, and Shrek was on fast tyres as well. So yeah, it just suited my situation to not fight Axel tonight, and yeah, just lose a place in the end and try and save the podium, which it worked out well.
Yeah. Ultimately, you've started the season with a podium. You've got to give it to the other guys on the podium. They've both driven it very, very well and deserved their results as well. So,
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, it was interesting. Are you at all surprised that the pitting when you guys did actually paid off the way it did? Did you expect something to happen that was probably going to put a spanner in the works?
I was hoping for something like that, and obviously, safety cars breed safety cars, so it was like people getting obviously cold tyres, cold brakes, and everything not being up to temperature then cause issue upon issue. and he just didn't give the lads at the front any room to pit without having to come through the pack.
Yeah.
Luckily, we obviously got most of it out of the way, and then the other lads in front of us got out of the way. I think there's only a few cars we had to make a move on, to be fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was, like I said, I didn't really want to battle that race, I just wanted to keep it clean.
Yeah, I don't blame you at
That's
that
it.
track. It's so easy to make a mistake there, and I just, it's. I think you've done the right thing, and you've picked up awesome points to start the season. So, well done, mate.
Oh, we finished it ahead. We started, we finished the last one, and that's ahead of Jack, so that'll do me.
Well, it's important you stayed ahead of Robbo then, wasn't it? Because he got Robbo in the end.
Yes.
Just he had, he just had too much energy for Robbo. To be honest, Robbo was on like 2%, whereas Jack had 30%. But yeah, but there we go. Okay, Axel Race, congratulations, mate. Victory, first race of the season. Very much like Spreader, all you guys chose to pit at the right side. I thought you'd made a mistake. I'm not going to lie. I thought you should have stayed out. I was wrong. You all made the absolute right decision. It's paid off with a victory, but you did the work in managing to get away and create a little bit of a gap at the front. But yeah, talk through us your side of it, mate.
Yeah, I learned a lot from the Tuesday race, which is an absolute horror show. But yeah, I just knew that the race would be mainly about who can keep it clean and consistent, because all the people at the top were very, very similar pace. Apart from Axel, he was very quick, but sped it on a safety car, so he got that drive through, which lost him, I think, the race win today.
Yeah.
But I knew again from Tuesday how many safety cars would just keep coming out, and the first safety car that came out was way too early to pit. I knew that. Second safety car was actually perfect. I knew I could get the hards to the end, and I knew a lot of the medium runners would sort of feel the same. I wanted to pit as well, so I wouldn't lose too many positions, which I didn't in the end, which was good. Had to fight through a few people, but yeah, kept it all clean, and yeah, it's just I knew that the strategy would work because everyone else, like Ham and that, were waiting for more safety cars.
Yeah.
But I knew that the safety cars would be so frequent, you'd never build that gap. So,
Yeah.
I thought I pitched at the right time, and yeah, it turned out to be true.
There was then the point in the race where you're all out on the hard tires, and you've managed to put a couple of cars between you and Spreader, and then you reach the top three, and of course Spreader passes the two cars that you've put between you, so he's now catching you because you're stuck behind them, and there's obviously that moment where you suddenly decide, I've got to do this. I need to put at least one more. I think that's what it looked like you were saying. I need to put at least one more of these guys between us, otherwise he's going to get back within DRS. And you did. Nice little move, and into turn one, I think it was.
Yeah, I was trying to be really cautious because I kept looking at Spreader's time, and he was catching through the corners at least, and obviously the DRS helped us gain a bit more time again. But yeah, he was coming, and I had only one more warning. I got like 2 warnings in the first few laps, so I had to be really cautious. And again, like how easy it is to crash and how hard it is to overtake. I didn't really want to make him on sprint on that. I knew that the pit stop was coming up soon. It wasn't really my race, but it did get to a point where I had a good run. Spriggs sort of lost the back end, so I thought it's now or never. I may as well make the move and see how it goes. And thankfully, I know Spriggs does leave room, and he's a clean racer, so yeah, we both got through there
Yeah.
safely.
Yeah, well, nicely done, both of you. Congratulations to both of you on the podium. Also to you, Axel, of course, out there. Well done. Well done also to my driver of the day today, who was Scott. So well done today, Scotty boy. Finished P7 in the end, up 5 places where he started. So well done. Other than that, that's the end of our first round of the season. Big thank you also to Gunnar, who joined me on comms. So thank you very much for coming and doing that, Gunnar. That was good fun, and he's welcome back anytime. He's really good. So yeah, by all means, jump in anytime, buddy. yeah, other than that, guys, thank you very much to everybody that's watched along with us and made the comments, etc. It kept us entertained, and to everybody that watches the stream back. There was a few safety cars, but all in all, it was nothing but entertainment all the way through, is all I can say to you. It was brilliant, absolutely brilliant. So I hope you guys enjoyed it as much as me and Gunnar did. But anyway, guys, thank you very much. Good night, God bless. I will be back live on Sunday night for HRF1. I'm racing tomorrow night, so I'll see you Sunday. Cheerio.